On September 12, 2025, Voyager 1, drifting 15 billion miles from Earth, caught something impossible. 3 AI moving with intent. But it wasn't alone. Days later, a second visitor, 100 times larger, blazing with a tail wider than 5 full moons, burst into the solar system. Named Swan R2, its scale, timing, and energy defied nature. 2 interstellar objects arriving together whisper one chilling truth. This is no coincidence. Something vast has entered our skies and it's watching. If you're fascinated by mysteries like this and want to stay updated on this unfolding story, make sure to subscribe for more. Unsettling detection. On September 12, 2025, the aging Voyager 1 spacecraft, launched back in 1977, transmitted an anomaly. After nearly 48 years in deep space, more than 15 billion miles from Earth, its instruments picked up a moving object. Normally, these deep space readings are drowned in cosmic noise, but this stood out, steady, sharp, and persistent. Within 36 hours, analysts at JPL confirmed it wasn't a false positive. An object, never catalogued before, had appeared in the probe's path. It was real and it was inbound. Initial readings added to the tension. The object glowed brighter than expected, reflecting sunlight at levels more intense than most known comets. Its apparent magnitude suggested something massive. More alarming was its trajectory, aligned almost perfectly with the ecliptic, the flat orbital plane shared by Earth, Mars, and the other planets. Its velocity clocked at 57 km/s, a figure consistent with interstellar origins, but eerily close to the earlier readings of 3 AI. For scientists, this wasn't random. It was coordinated. Voyager's records were cross-checked with DSN antennas in California and Madrid. The results confirmed consistency. No glitch, no interference, no software fault. Astronomers remembered Oumuamua 2017 and Borisov 2019, earlier interstellar visitors. But unlike those fleeting travelers, this new detection carried the shadow of familiarity. Its motion wasn't chaotic. It mirrored something already under study. 3 AI, 2 anomalies separated by 2 years, now seemed linked. By late September, whispers began. This wasn't one coincidence. It was a sequence. Inside NASA's control rooms, the question sharpened. Was this just another comet, or was Voyager witnessing a larger story? Some called it Atlas returning. Others feared it was only the first chapter. Either way, the old spacecraft had just turned into a herald, a messenger from the edge of the solar system, reminding us that deep space is never truly empty. But even as Voyager carried its warning across the void, Earth's instruments confirmed a second arrival from SOHO's SW instrument. A giant new object emerged, brighter and stranger than anything before, the return of 3 AI. The story of 3 AI began in October 2023, when the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii flagged a strange interstellar body. Unlike Oumuamua 2017, which tumbled silently, or Borisov 2019, which behaved like a normal comet, Atlas was different. Its plume shifted in pulses. Its trajectory bent unnaturally, as though something inside controlled its path. At 59 km/s, its speed matched interstellar expectations, but its actions did not. For many astronomers, Atlas became the first candidate for a technological object. What kept Atlas in headlines long after discovery were its deviations near the Sun in June 2024. At 0.41 astronomical units, just beyond Mercury, it slowed instead of accelerating, a violation of Kepler's laws. For nearly 72 hours, it hovered in solar orbit, emitting ionized gases at a frequency too rhythmic to be natural. Instruments at JPL recorded plasma bursts, hinting at a possible drive system. Some compared its output to a 10-gigawatt reactor, 50 times the Chernobyl meltdown. It was not drifting. It was performing. When Voyager flagged the anomaly in 2025, its readings matched Atlas's earlier behavior. Brightness spikes, controlled deceleration, and an orbit near the ecliptic all lined up. This suggested not a coincidence, but a return, or at least a continuation. Atlas wasn't gone. It was still moving, still interacting, and now sharing space with another colossal object. The timing made the mystery sharper. In less than 2 years, Earth had witnessed 2 interstellar anomalies with linked paths and linked behavior. By autumn of 2025, scientists had stopped calling Atlas a comet altogether. Instead, Conferences referred to it as an interstellar engineered body. Journals treaded carefully, but terms like plasma propulsion, shielding, and controlled thrust crept into papers. What once was thought of as a one-time oddity now looked like a participant in a larger plan. The return of Atlas wasn't accidental. It was part of a pattern, and then came confirmation of the pattern. Because while Atlas puzzled scientists, another arrival blazed across the night sky, an object 100 times bigger, its tail stretching across 5 full moons. On September 12, 2025, the SOHO spacecraft lit up with an alert. Its SWAN instrument, designed for solar wind monitoring, detected a plume so large it first looked like noise. Within 48 hours, ground-based astronomer Michael Mattiazzo in Australia confirmed the signal wasn't noise at all. He photographed a giant object with a tail spanning 2.5 degrees across the sky, 5 full moons wide. The discovery left no doubt. A second interstellar visitor had arrived, dwarfing Atlas by nearly 100 times. The International Astronomical Union moved fast, naming it 2025 R2 SWAN, but the name did little to calm nerves. Its apparent brightness registered at plus 2.1 magnitude, brighter than most comets ever seen. The mass estimates were staggering, suggesting a nucleus tens of kilometers wide. Its orbit traced directly into the solar system, matching the ecliptic like Atlas had. 2 objects, interstellar in origin, were now arriving together. The odds of random chance? Less than 1 in 20,000. The public reaction was immediate. Social media lit up with theories. Was SWAN R2 a fragment of Atlas, a mothership sent to recover its scout? Or an entirely separate machine converging for reasons unknown? Even respected voices like Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb admitted its size and timing raised red flags. Official NASA press releases downplayed its strangeness, calling it an unusually bright comet, but avoided mentioning its scale. Silence only deepened suspicion. By late September, 2 anomalies shared the skies: 3AI Atlas and SWAN R2, both aligned near the ecliptic, both brighter and stranger than anything natural, and both arriving nearly side by side. This wasn't random. It was choreography. Hand astronomers could feel the tension. Something had entered the solar system, and it was not alone. If SWAN R2's arrival stunned scientists, its internal chemistry terrified them even more. Because once spectrographic scans came in, they revealed a composition no natural comet could ever explain. On September 18, 2025, NASA's Infrared Telescope facility in Hawaii produced the first detailed spectrographic scan of C2025 R2 SWAN. The data was shocking. Ordinary comets contain water vapor, carbon monoxide, and trace dust, with H2O typically making up more than 80% of their volatile output. But SWAN was different. Its emissions were dominated by carbon dioxide, nearly 8 times richer than water. That ratio was not only unusual, it was impossible under known solar or interstellar conditions. For planetary scientists, the findings suggested something beyond chance. More unsettling was the detection of nickel vapor at extremely high purity, over 95% metallurgical grade. Strangely, no trace of iron accompanied it. In stellar nucleosynthesis, nickel and iron are born together, forged side by side in supernovae, always coupled. Finding one without the other was a red flag. To some researchers at JPL and ESA, this looked less like geology and more like metallurgy. Was SWAN's interior natural or refined like an industrial product? For the first time, whispers of engineering began entering official reports. Mainstream scientists scrambled for explanations. Some suggested SWAN might be the shattered core of a rogue planet, exposed after an ancient impact, billions of years ago. Others argued exotic chemistry in the Kuiper Belt or beyond could account for the imbalance. But isotope ratios did not match known models. Even the European Southern Observatory issued a cautious statement, noting the object's composition was inconsistent with established cometary physics. The safe word was anomaly, but behind closed doors another word gained traction: artifact.